Hey, yo, what's good, everyone? Hello. Welcome back to another Rev stream. My goodness. What is that, 4 days in a row? That's right, guys. Sorry, I was trying to find my glasses from yesterday. That's right. It took me a second. You guys know the drill. You've been here before, but if you haven't, it's roll call, okay? We take attendance. If you are a sentient human being in this chat, let it be known. Speak up. Start chatting. Type something in there. Let your presence be known. Like the stream. Sub. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Put on those notifications. Ultra Giga Chads, Oilers, what have you. Drop a super chat if you want. Become a member, gift memberships, yada yada yada, bada bing, bada boom. You know how it is, ladies and gentlemen. You absolutely know how it is. I'm in a great mood today. I think, guys, I have fallen in love with streaming, for real. For real. But look at all these glorious individuals. Look at all of you. You're a bot? Oh, okay. These bots are getting very, very advanced. I have to say. What's going on here? Hello. Yeah, I hope you guys are doing great today. It is Saturday. Which, you know what? Every day feels the same when you're me, right? Every day's the same. Wake up. Workout. YouTube, wife, hang out with the wife, sleep, repeat. That's right. But I hope you guys are doing good. And as always, with the YouTube promise, we're not going to linger on this starting soon screen. I'm going to reveal myself. Bada bing, bada boom. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. What's good? It's me in the flesh. It's every day, bro, with that Rev flow. Maybe Rev might make fun of his critics. Well, today's going to be an interesting one. A set of topics I've, or at least the main one, I've never talked about before. I think you guys will enjoy it. But look at that. We got some extra mods in here today. Rem. A little applause for Rem here. We have more than one mod now. Doing your service. Straub is no longer the Lone Ranger on this channel. Isn't that great? And I'm sure we'll add some more in just a moment in the coming days and weeks, but that's something good. That's something good. Right? I think Rev is drunk. What, because I'm happy? Impossible. Impossible. Yippee for Straub. I'm not the only mod anymore. Thank you, Jesus. That's exactly right, Straub. That's exactly right. Yo, first off, starting off real strong, ladies and gentlemen. Starting off real strong. We got a $20 donation from Flair. 20 bones saying, Rev, I'm going to get withdrawals if you keep being late. Guys. Let's just say I was gonna be on time. But let's just say I had to handle some paperwork. Okay? There was some paperwork that needed to be filed before I wanted to sit down for an hour to 2 hour long stream, okay? I just wanted to be comfortable. The paperwork is filed. We're all good. Okay? It was not that late. I'm always a little bit late. A couple minutes. People act like I'm 30, 40 minutes late. Yeah, I was filing some taxes, guys. You're a freak? Well, you know what, Straub? You know what, Straub? It would have been a little quicker if you didn't move the hand soap from the one bathroom to the other bathroom. Thank you very much. Bamboozled me. If you're to blame anybody, blame Straub. TMI, maybe. It's too early for taxes? Oh, tax season, my goodness. Blech. Terrible, terrible. Government taking my money. What are they using it for? Yo, and Horace Falcon with the $5 super chat as well with... I'm sorry, 505. Very unique number, I like it. Aesthetically pleasing. Simply saying, thank you for your donation. And I say, thank you for your donation. Just like that. Need more hand soap? Yeah, that might be the actual solution here. Right? That might actually be the solution. Yo, and Gabe with the $10 super chat as well, saying, heading back into work. We'll catch the rest of the stream after I get off. Happy early birthday to Straub. You guys should play I Am Jesus Christ on her birthday. Also, Rev, can you say... Desu. There you go. Well, you know what, Gabe? I hope you're still here to take some credit. This was not scripted. Again, so many moments in my streams feel scripted. This is not scripted at all. You guys might have noticed the super chat goal for today. We're now 2 out of 20. Okay, that is 10% already. Okay? If we reach that, me and Straub will do a react stream together. But maybe playing I Am Jesus could be an option. I don't know. But yeah, Straub Rev streams are a treat. So that's going to be the super chat goal for today. Anything over 10 counts towards that. And we're going to grind it, ladies and gentlemen. Rev ASMR when? Guys, you know how to get a little Rev ASMR. Something interesting has to happen, okay? But yeah, we'll collab. That's the goal, and we'll do whatever makes you guys happy, right? Isn't that the point of streaming? And there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, Flair coming in with another $20 super chat, advancing the goal. Simply saying, gotta push the goal along. That's what we love to see, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. And thank you all for showing up today. Oh yeah, and guys, Straub streamed today, by the way, too. She made a little return. She talked about her successful plushie campaign. She is now fully funded as well, which is great news. Absolutely great news. We are very proud of her. Indeed, indeed. Cheese greater than Mike Rev? My goodness. My goodness. Yo, and Liberal Geographic with a 5 saying, hopelessly wishing your react stream is to one of my videos. Yes, this is a shameless plug. Well, you know what? I don't know, Straub. Like, do we want to do like a submission thing, like through Discord or something? Or we want to pick the videos to react to or something like that? I'll kind of leave it up to the people. I'll leave it up to the people, or if you want to do like a submission thing. We've done that before. And maybe that'd be your shot. Liberal, that could be your shot. I noticed all of you. Yes. Yes. Pedro, for example. We notice everyone. We notice everyone. Did Straub's plush reach the goal yet? Yes. She is over 100. She's 100% funded. Sure, they can suggest, and we can pick out of the suggestions. Okay, the rules have been set, and I'm not even ruling out the possible collab playing the I Am Jesus game some other time. Or she could play it on her stream, I don't know, whatever. That is an option. But yes, that is the plan, okay? That's the plan here. What we'll do is, we'll have a place, I'm sure in Straub's Discord, where you can submit your videos for us to react to. And to help with that goal, you got Kevit Evoke with the 10 saying, here's some dollary dues. Oh, I like that one. I'm stealing that one forever. Dollary dues. Ooh, that's a banger. Here's some dollary dues towards your soap rationing fund. Well, you know what? That's going to go to very good use. Thank you very much for the 10. I appreciate that. We're already 20% towards the daily super chat goal. I want to look into the game more. I haven't had a chance, but I'll look into it. Yeah. Yeah, I understand, like, we would make sure that it's appropriate. From what I've heard, it's good, but we shall see. We shall see. Of course. Yo, and Captain Nyan Nyan, I'm sure all of you enjoy me having to say that, with the $10 super chat saying, how successful would you be if you were to try to teach and play against Straub on Warcraft 3 ROC and FT, educating her about the Horde and Prince Arthas? The funniest thing ever is that actually I had a neighbor who played the original Warcraft. Warcraft, I believe 2 was the main one I was exposed to. And I had no idea about World of Warcraft. I remember going over there and watching him play and being, like, mesmerized. But it wasn't until Burning Crusade where I came out and actually started playing WoW myself. But yeah, that's some good old stuff right there. Thank you so much for the 10. And bringing up the best Rev says Nyan, let's go. Yes. Arthas did nothing wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Arthas did nothing wrong, clearly. My favorite side is the Forsaken. And a WoW player too. Not only are you helping out modding, you're also a WoW enthusiast. I mean, what can we say? Absolutely based. A Rev versus Straub Mortal Kombat stream someday. What, in real life? Guys, look, I'm not trying to get banned. Asmon played the entire game on Easter. So go watch that stream and you'll know all about the game. That's true. I'm sure there's playthroughs all over the place. We can check it out. We can check it out. I don't want to play anything that would be blasphemous. Okay, but I have heard good things. We'll check it out. We'll check it out. Now the real statement for the WoW people, did Garrosh do anything wrong? Did he do anything wrong? That's the one. That's the interesting one. Kick will allow that. Correct. Kick would allow that. Kick would allow a IRL Mortal Kombat situation for sure. For sure. And at worst, you'd get a 1-day ban. I took a long break from WoW, might get back into it. One never really quits WoW. Hey, Straub, does one ever really quit WoW? Not this cowboy. Not this cowboy, that's for sure. Yo, and Gregory, thank you so much for the $5 super chat saying, I appreciate your work. I listen intently. God bless, and keep on keeping on. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. And God bless you as well. I appreciate that. Garrosh is a hard one. Yeah, you're going to get a polarizing reaction out of a lot of people on that one. Also, I loved Miss of Pandaria. That's another... Some people love it, some people hate it. Apparently not. Also, calling yourself a cowboy is killing me. Taking me... Do I have to put the cowboy hat back on for you to believe me that I'm a cowboy? What is going on? What'd you do this time? No, it's not me this time, guys. It's just a lot of YouTube censorship caused by the platform and caused by people on the platform. It's very messy today. Very, very messy. One does not simply stop playing WoW. Correct. I love the rare system in Myst. Yes. I love the Timeless Isle. That was a great time. Alright, you know what, ladies and gentlemen? Can we get some yeehaws in the chat? Come on. Call me a fake cowboy. Look at my chat. We got a bunch of cowboys in the chat. Give me some of those emotes and some yeehaws as well. That's right. I'm a rhinestone cowboy. That's right. Bro, not gonna wear the hat. Listen. I already wore the hat once. It's a little wonky. It's a little scuffed. But let's see here, guys. Let me switch over to this right here. Actually, give me 1 second. Oakley dokley. I don't want to stall too long. Dang it, I'm 20 minutes late. Did I miss anything? Dude. You're 20 minutes late to a Rev stream. Do you know what happens in the first 20 to 30 minutes of a Rev stream? Absolutely nothing. It's just me yapping. Which maybe, I mean, obviously everyone enjoys that. Everyone enjoys hanging out and yapping. But, yeah, we haven't gotten into the topics for today yet. That's for sure. I'm just a yapper at heart, okay? Can't help it. Can't help it at all. That Japanese anime girl sounds like a man. You are correct, sir. You are correct. Yapping is the best part. I mean, that's streaming in a nutshell right there. Rev is saying what? Rev is saying what? The D word? Love hearing you talk. I did say that earlier today to Straub. I'm like, she knows, and a lot of you guys know from me talking about this, I am a very quiet person in real life. This may shock you because I talk for a living, right? I am a very quiet person in real life. Always been my whole life. But recently I've been feeling real good. I guess I've been taking good care of myself, and I've been in a good mental state, and I feel like I'm talking more, which is a great thing. I'm yapping. And I told Stropte, I'm like, sorry for yapping so much today. And she just likes to listen. Mm-hmm. Yapping? Like Kaya. No, we're saying yapping, not yelping. What? Hold on, buddy. Hold on. Of course. Slight miscommunication there. Yo, and Dark Dragon, thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to the Revling team right there. You are in good company with your fellow Revlings. Yeah, as always, guys, if you want to become a member of this channel, please consider. And soon we're going to be doing some members-only streams as well. Become a Revling today. Become a Giga Revling. Gift out memberships. Give the gift of being a Revling to others. Shameless plug. But you know what? It has to happen. And we got 2 Canadian smackaroos coming over from C. Willis saying, "You're a man?" Unsubbed. Unsubbed. I understand. It's okay. I like your profile picture though. I really do. It was a very very dapper crow. I appreciate it. At least you went out with style. Thank you for the 2, by the way. And Gregory, look, right on cue. See? Becoming a part of the Revling army. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the membership. Yeah, subbed. Subbed. Wait. You're a man? Subbed. There's so many ways this can go. Ooh, Straub likes Rev. No clips here today, but we may do a react stream if the goal gets reached and people can send stuff in. Yeah, for anyone just tuning in, the super chat goal for today, which we're already a fourth of the way there, is to do a react stream with me and Straub. And we'll let you guys send in videos for us to react to, which I think will be a very fun time. A very fun time. There's nothing quite like a Rev X Straub collab, especially when she's sitting next to me. That makes for peak content. That makes for peak content. And helping out, Flair with yet another super chat, this time with 10 saying Rev is not a man. He said yesterday his pronouns were Z, Zem, clearly. I forgot. I can be whatever I want to be. It's 2026. Yesterday I was a Z, Zem. You know what? Today I am a, what's another one? It's not a Zerzem. That's another one, I think. But thank you so much for the 2. Thank you very much for that. Get felted. Someone's getting felted today. That's for sure. Yeah, I picked this avatar, guys, because I just like cute anime girls, and that's it. I say it every stream because someone's bound to be new, right? Someone's bound to be new. I just have this avatar because I think it's fun. Initially, wasn't supposed to be something I was going to use all the time, but my audience likes it. And then on top of that, it makes the worst people angry. And that's just that's a 2-for-1 special right there. That's it. Rev's under attack, not again. Yo, Claw of the Fallen with the 10 Brazilian bucks. Have some devalued Brazilian bucks as compensation. You don't have to ever claim anything as decompensated or anything like that, or devalued. As compensation, Lilith from Dark Stalkers sends hugs and kisses. Also, congrats on your Preggers. Straub will be a great father. Amazing message. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, for those who missed the announcement stream about the plushie, that was a whole fiasco. People thinking I was pregnant. I mean, what a time. What a community. Brazil mentioned, yeah, welcome in, Brazil. I know there's a sizable amount of Brazilians in here. Well, yeah, welcome in, guys. Remember, nobody throw the Rev plushie at Mizgift. Yes, please. You will scare him. Please. Okay, don't do that. Pull out the wings. Oh, they're looking good right here with this angle right here. Oh, that's looking real good, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, if we're getting like the full view here, they be flapping. Beautiful stuff. That mpreg emote is so cursed. I cannot believe we live in a society. We live in a society where that's a thing. Unreal. Unreal. You're right, Wrath. It is 2026. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. I never knew Orthodox had a different Easter. I didn't know that either. You're gonna have to explain that to me later. Oh, so it's happy. What is it today? Well then, happy Easter to our Orthodox friends. If I'm getting that correct. Yo, Liberal, thank you for another 5 saying, I got this $5 behind the dumpster at Wendy's, so I'm giving it to the married incel Chad. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about. The married incel Chad. That's the description I want to go with. Thank you so much for that. Great description. And also, Crow Mitzel with the $8. That is a very unique number. I don't think I've ever seen an $8 donation. It's very unique, aesthetically pleasing. Thank you very much for that. Saying, here I am showing my supports towards the enlargement of the cowboy hat. Glad to be here always. Well, I'm glad you are here as well. Thank you very much for that. And also, Leviathan, welcome in. Thank you for the membership. Welcome to the Reveling Army. Welcome in, guys. As always, only distracting me just a little bit. Oh, and another one. Yolander becoming a Giga Reveling. Just like that, ladies and gentlemen. The Revelings are tapping in. Everyone is joining the movement. That's right. Thank you very much for that, Lander. And also, Dark Dragon with the $5 super chat saying proud Merkin here. Supporting my favorite VTuber, only one I watch. Many such cases. I can't tell you how many people, especially because I cover some more, general commentary stuff. I am the only VTuber a lot of people watch. It's the truth. It's absolutely the truth. Yo, Kebbit with the 10 as well. Saying, Ziso some, I smell the blood of sea is scum. What does that even mean? What is this a reference? Am I not getting the reference, ladies and gentlemen? Have I been bamboozled in some sort of a way? You guys gotta help me out sometimes. I know not what I do, but thank you so much for the $10 super chat. We're getting closer and closer to the goal already, ladies and gentlemen. Yo, and Black Wolf with the membership as well. Welcome in, you darn reveling you. Thanks for joining in. And another one. Chibi Eden becoming a reveling as well. We are gaining so many revelings on this day. It's a China joke. YouTube censored my joke. You gotta be kidding me, YouTube. YouTube is big mad about your joke, and that makes me mad. See, you know what? The literal thumbnail for today is censored. And that's what's happening. I hate that for us. Jack and the Beanstalk. Wait, what? Now I'm so confused. Ladies and gentlemen. Okay, can you believe it, ladies and gentlemen? Another reveling. Another member. This time, Malin joining the squad. We literally can't be stopped. China mentioned. Yes, my other handler is China, of course. Although I will say this, guys. The amount of emails I get from people claiming, at least, to be from Tencent with, like, sponsorship opportunities is... I don't want to say alarming. It's interesting. Okay? It's a bit odd. I'm like, okay. Why me specifically? I'm not sure. But it is what it is, I guess. It's better than the usual spam I get, right? I'm Chinese first generation American. Well, good to know, Spore. Yo, and Alejandro, welcome back, by the way. Thank you for the 5 saying, wondering what happens when you get fired from a bread factory. Does the boss say, you're fired, or you're toast? Beautiful. Beautiful work, ladies and gentlemen. We love a good pun. Absolutely. And we got a $10 super chat from 18 Wheels and a drone saying you missed the opportunity to call us your revenants. This is the way. You know, there was a lot of good variations, okay? There was a lot of good variations, and that's not a bad one either. What was the other one? There was one that was like a very close second place. What was it? Chat, help me. There was a contender that barely lost out to Revlings. I'm not sure. Ladies and gentlemen, it just doesn't stop. 2K Gamer becoming a Revling as well. Look at all these new Revlings. The army is growing. I agree, Straub. I love Revling. That we gotta stick with Revling, okay? It's an amazing name, but there was a second one that was close. Fighters of the Revolution. Also, we got Revenue. Revling is good. Yo, and Claw of the Fallen with the 5, saying the original Jack and Beanstalk story quote is, Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of a Christian man. The giant had issues. Yeah, I think so. I do remember that quote now. Oh, your mom's Oshi. Well, welcome back, by the way. Good to see you as always. But the 2 saying eggheads. Yes. You know, if there was a Twitch equivalent, eggheads would have worked a lot better. You just had to be there, okay? On Twitch, eggs was a thing, okay? Eggs was the thing. And if you're like, Rev, what are you talking about? What do eggs have to do with anything? Well, you just had to be there. That's it. You just had to be there. And also, I'm kind of rocking with the wings right now. I think I'm going to keep them on for the stream here. But without further ado, let me do one last little plug here, okay? You guys have been distracting me enough, okay? Stop bombarding me with kindness. It's very rude. It's very rude of you. Have you guys seen this? Have you heard about this? The plushie campaign with Ooh Market. Link in the pinned comment. We are up to 156% funding. 156%. Ladies and gentlemen, in just a few days. We absolutely crushed it. Absolutely crushed it, ladies and gentlemen. We did it. And we still have until May 6th. So there's lots of time. Look at it. Look at it. It's T-posing to show its dominance. Look at this little gremlin right here. And I'm so happy it's the original design. A lot of people didn't get the original OG one that came out like a couple years ago. This is the chance. And people are taking advantage, okay? People are coming in. And Straub is fully funded as well now. We are cooking, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to help out the channel, here's another great way of doing it. And when campaigns like this go well, you know what that leads to? More opportunities, more merch, more cool stuff. So we're going to keep this thing going. Capiche? Capiche? All right, let me read this last super chat, and then we're going to get into the first thing we're covering in today's stream, okay? We're only 40 minutes in. Don't worry. You know, I didn't waste that much time. Gregory with another 5 saying, careful, Rev. Don't revel in it too much. Never let a win go to your head or a loss go to your heart. Be well, brother. One of the biggest things I can always say is act like you've been there before when it comes to many different things in life. On top of that, yeah, never let anything keep you down too long. Tomorrow's always a new day. Always stay positive. Do not fear, ladies and gentlemen. Do not fear. And then Lander with the 5 saying, you and Straub would make a good Nikke guest event characters, but the feed must be visible and Straub's gun's got to be bigger than yours. Well, you know what? We'll leave the feet out of it. We'll keep it wholesome because people on the internet are they're a certain way, but guns, on the other hand, that sounds pretty epic and base to me. Absolutely. But thank you for the 5. Do not fear, yes. That is a very important thing to remember every single day. And Captain Nyan Nyan with the $10 as well, saying in a lot of right-wing VTuber topics, you tend to get lumped in with Smugglana, Kirsha, Pipkin, Leaflet, and a ton of others. The only guy among the women VTubers, also Kimiga, Suki, you know what? I'm not gonna let you trap me into something. I no speak a Japanese. I'm pretty sure it's wholesome. But I never read anything that's not in English. Unless it's like, hola. But thank you so much for the $10, and you raise a great point. Understand? You raise a great point. Who are the right-leaning or even viewed as right-leaning VTubers out there who are men? I mean, I guess Nux. Who else? With like a sizable following. Am I it? Am I the end of the line, ladies and gentlemen? Am I the final stand of the movement? I guess so. I guess so. Wait, you know, speak of the Japanese, but you do cook the pizza. I do cook the pizza. True. Hirohei is close. I don't really consider Hirohei right wing. I think Hirohei is just a dude with common sense, right? And we'll be talking about him today, actually. He's just the guy with common sense, so I guess that does automatically qualify him as alt-right, according to a lot of people on the internet. True. True. That's a fair point. That's a very fair point. Of course. Wait, there was one I just saw. What was the one I just saw that was a good point? Oh yeah, Hypnotic. Technically, yeah, Hypnotic is technically a VTuber. Okay. And I like his content too, by the way. So, okay, yeah, I count it. I count it, ladies and gentlemen. Please someone fill me in here. Oh, we're just riffing. Don't worry, we're just talking about random stuff. Yo, and Strive becoming a Revling as well. Thank you for the membership. Been getting a lot of those today. And Lander with the 2 saying, wait, Rev is a dude. I'm so sorry, guys. Please don't leave. Please don't leave. Please don't leave, guys. Give me another chance. I promise I'll do better. Yo, and your Toradora's extended warranty. Excellent name, by the way. With the $10 super chat saying, right wing is such a loaded term in modern day. I only classify people who are actually conservatives as right wing, which there are almost no VTubers that are right. Mostly moderates. Or most are mostly moderates. I would agree with that 100%. Even the people who are considered, like, far right VTubers are, like, moderate. It's the truth. And Captain Yan Yan with another 5 saying, I forgot Ember Paradox, and the Japanese is the theme of Slam Dunk. Okay, I can never be too cautious. I appreciate that very much. And yes, Ember Paradox is also another, what would we say, chudette? Among us. That's another fair one as well. Thank you very much. And then Tim becoming a Giga Revling as well. Guys, again, please. We're never going to talk about anything today. Thank you so much for becoming a Giga Revling. Welcome in, welcome in. And Attacked Mon with the 1,000 yen saying, hi Rev. Thank you, as always, for your amazing videos. I usually rely on the automatic Japanese translation feature, so when it's a live stream, I mostly just join in and follow the vibe. Can we get a little something for Attackmon? Some 07s. How about that? That can go without translation. Hearts, salutes. Can you guys do that? Because if that's not an available auto translation option right now for the stream, let people like this know they are very, very welcome here. And that's another big W for YouTube, by the way. They've worked really well on auto dubbing videos. Like, I watch a couple like non-English speaking World of Warcraft channels because they have a dub feature now that just dubs the whole video. Not subtitles, but like actual dub voice. See, there you go. There you go. We're international, baby. That's what you like to see. That's what you like to see. And we're 12 out of 20 on the super chat goal for today. And I think that's we have a lot of momentum going, okay? We got a lot of momentum going. We got a lot of positive vibes. Here's the plushie again. It's in the pinned comment if you guys want to check it out. But I think it's time we actually talk about stuff before it gets a little too late. Am I right? All right. Although, one last thing I will say, the auto dub feature, especially for World of Warcraft videos, it says a lot of the phrases and names from the game in a very funny way. Because it just doesn't translate perfectly, and it makes it actually a lot more enjoyable. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, and closed captioning has gotten a lot better too. That's right, George. Absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, the main topic for today. This is going to be today's YouTube video, but I'm going to do a little more laid back run through and get you guys' thoughts and do it together with you guys. We're going to be talking about a situation involving Kino Casino and the quartering as well. Now, I'm curious how many of you guys have heard about Kino Casino. I'm not someone who really has a dog in this fight, by the way. I'm familiar with Kino Casino because they're a duo here who largely makes fun of lolcows. An example being iDubbbz. They have like 1 million streams dunking on iDubbbz. It's some funny stuff from the clips I've seen. But these guys don't take themselves seriously, right? They're there to point and laugh at people being ridiculous on the internet, okay? Like, that's really all you need to know. They have a pretty decent following, and there's been some issues, okay? So they primarily stream on Kick. They have other platforms, That's what you need to know. And, well, their clip channel that is on YouTube has been banned. Just completely evaporated overnight. And the clip channel sounds exactly like what it is, right? Think of it like my alt channel, right? Where it's largely just clips from my stream. Okay? And a lot of people are looking at the quartering, who I'm sure a lot of you are aware of, and they're blaming him for this entire situation. And I will just kind of give you the breakdown of what I think. I think at the very least, the quartering wanted them deplatformed. He might have played some role in it. And the end result is people losing their platform over stuff that I don't think should have led to that at all. So I think this is really a 2-for-1 special in this situation. I don't think I've ever talked about the quartering on my channel. And I don't think I've ever talked about Kino Casino on my channel. So we have like a mix. I have no dog in this fight, okay? I have no dog in this fight. So I'm not going in this thinking, or when I was like researching today, I'm not like, oh yeah, let's try to get the right narrative going. No, there's no real like narrative or angle here. It's just like I was like, okay, what's going on? Let's see what's going on here. And a lot of people are looking at the behavior of the quartering, also known as Jeremy, that's his real name. And they're looking at the way he's been posting stuff like this, where he's making references to their channel and celebrating their channels getting taken down. And he's now in this like damage control mode today. He's deleted a ton of tweets over the last week or so. It's just been a mess. It's been a mess for sure. And this is the Quartering's channel. I'm sure you guys have come across it at some point or another. He's possibly the only person on YouTube who's put the phrase woke in his titles more than me. People always joke about that, but he does like anti-woke content. I'm sure if you watch me, you've probably heard of him at some point. He's got 2 million subs. But he's been in a lot of controversy the last couple of years, and some people say he's been like falling off, and he's had some crash outs, which typically end up in a spree of deleted tweets. It's just been messy. Okay, it's just been messy, and I didn't realize he was such a large creator. Yeah, I was telling Straub about this. I was like describing this situation to her because she was like confused as to what was going on. But yeah, he's a very big content creator. And I remember watching his videos many years ago, like maybe like 4 years ago. I watched him for a little bit. And then I just kind of like, I got bored. Like I got bored within like a few days. Because I just felt, and this is my opinion, you can disagree, right? You can disagree with me all you want. This is just my personal opinion. When I was watching his videos, I felt like I was watching a guy who was just trying to reach the 8-minute mark and then end the video. You know what I mean? Like in YouTube speak, that's the mark where you can put mid-roll ads in your video where you can make more money. I feel like it was just like, oh yeah, let's just get this done. And eventually I was just like, I don't know, man. Like, okay, just not for me, right? He admitted to buying subs and views through YouTube advertising program. His channel is on life support. I think I did hear about that too, actually. That's something I've always been curious about. I've heard people doing that, buying the promotion. Like YouTube tries to get you to buy promotions. I don't know. I used to watch him for a bit, but got annoyed because of his constant coffee pushing. Yeah, the coffee thing I'm going to talk about in a second. But here's the thing, okay? A lot of people have been critical of the quartering. People who are on, I guess, the other side of the aisle, but even people who are like anti-woke people have an issue with him for reasons. And, you know, we're not getting into like a dissertation about things. But yeah, one of the main critics, as you can see, is Kino Casino here. The one guy here, his name is PPP and this is Andy Worski. All right, these are the two guys, the two co-hosts of Kino Casino. And like I said earlier, they're lol cow farmers, okay? These guys, they're goofballs, okay? And they're pretty ruthless in making fun of people. When it comes to someone like iDubbbz, right? That's like a target they gone after, right? They just pick a person like that, they make fun of them. And the quartering's been a target of theirs for a long time. Okay, and one of the things, like you can think about like innocuous things that are not like a big deal. They would make fun of his coffee business. And you guys I can see you in the chat talking about the coffee business, okay? They would make fun of it. And videos like this, constantly, like he's blaming woke leftists for his coffee company not working. And I look at the website, man. The name of his coffee brand is Coffee Brand Coffee. I see why they're struggling. I see why they're struggling. Okay? That's just... What are we doing? It's like having a dog named Cat. Or starting a smoothie business and calling it Smoothie Brand Smoothie. And it's not cheap either. Rev Coffee Brand When? You guys, hold on. We gotta work with... We gotta hold on to the sponsorships we got. We can't get too greedy, okay? But he admitted, Jeremy, I mean, he said at one point that they were 300K in the hole because they were trying to get into K-Cups and it was backfiring. And I'm putting this out there because, like, this is one of the more kind of just, like, I don't want to say lighthearted, but, like, kind of direct business-related things people like Kino Casino were making fun of. Okay? And over the past couple of weeks, on Kick, you have Kino Casino here. They've been making a lot of streams about the quartering, okay? And they're getting a lot of views. I mean, look at the views on these streams. I mean, like 100K for a Kick stream, that's very impressive. Okay, they're getting a lot of attention. And you can see over and over again, quartering, iDubbbz. Quartering. And part of this is they're making fun of him. And when I say they're making fun of him, they're looking at a bunch of information that's been coming out allegedly about Jeremy the Quartering's personal life. And there's accusations that the Quartering and his wife, they do some interesting stuff. They're according to allegations, they're a bit open about things, so to speak. And there's a lot of like embarrassing stories and all this stuff, and they're ragging on him. Okay, they're ragging on the Quartering. And is he a bunny down there? Yes, he is. He is a bunny. Good observation, Straw. I mean, again, this is what I'm saying. They're not taking themselves too seriously here. Okay, so they're getting clowned on, or the Quartering's getting clowned on by these guys on a very regular basis for the last couple of weeks. Okay? So, on, I believe this was April 5th, the Quartering makes this series of tweets. So, he says, if these clowns, referring to Kino Casino, keep going after my friends and family just because they don't like me, totally fine. I will, in fact, take everything they have and never apologize for it. That's line number one that struck people the wrong way. Okay? I will, in fact, take everything they have. He continues on saying, psycho weirdos are messaging my wife, calling her phone, people are harassing my friends, roast me, fine. There used to be a line, I don't give a F what you say about me, but these psychos are harassing my family, my wife, and my friends. They have no rules. And starting today, neither do I. Yeah, ooh, shiver me timbers. Now, of course, you know, anyone who's been on this channel, you understand, like with me and Straw, right? it is very frustrating to see people go after your wife or your husband, and it can be extra annoying, and people do that on purpose. Like when people want to get to me, they go after straw. We've seen it happen. I've talked about it in videos, right? It's frustrating. And you have the right to either A, ignore it, or B, talk about it and deal with it however you see fit. But what you don't do is start implying, and eventually heavily implying, you're going to get their channels taken down. For example, I have videos out there saying the most slanderous, ridiculous, unbelievably fake and wrong stuff about me. But I've never tried to take anybody's videos down. Because I don't believe in that. This is YouTube. It is what it is. The only time you should be actually trying to take down a video on YouTube is if there is something actually illegal going on. That's the only time I think it's appropriate. So that is the cardinal sin, and we're going to get into it because it becomes very clear that was the quartering's goal, or at least his desire to happen here. Okay? He ends it by saying, I never wanted to do any of this. I begged these guys to just chill and only make fun of me. They refused. And so, now, I have no choice. Which is very vague. And it's like, what do you mean by that? So he said up here, I will take everything they have. Then he says, I have no rules I'm playing by anymore. And then he says, I have no choice moving forward. So that's pretty open-ended and can mean a lot of things. Well, it's going to get very clear what he really means. So then, right as that happens, you can see the co-host here, this PPP person of Kino Casino, reporting that one of the videos on their clip channel on YouTube was taken down for a violation. And it was talking about the quartering. Now, eventually this would get reinstated, but there was a lot going on during this time. This is, I believe, the big problem. Does Jeremy know what a spacebar is? Let me go back here. I used this one in the YouTube video. I thought this image was funny. Anyways. Yeah, it's like this stuff right here. Why are there like random spaces, sometimes missing, sometimes too many spaces? It just looks like it was frantically written, okay? But anyways, this is where things get messy. So we have this video that gets taken down from the clip channel, and then, I believe in the last 24 hours, this was leaked, okay? We didn't know this was happening until now, but during this time, a couple days ago, apparently the quartering was talking with the creator of Kiwi Farms, and in private messages, the quartering said this: Josh, can we agree? I can take their kick in YouTube, right? Referring to Kino Casino. If I actually wanted to, they would be deplatformed outside of DLive in a week. I don't want that. I just want them to leave my family alone. I don't care how many Jeremy is a cuck videos they put out. So he's already kind of hinting that he could take out their Kick and YouTube platforms if he wanted to. He's saying this privately. It's a bad look. Right off the bat, it's a bad look. Okay? But we didn't know about this till like the last 24 hours. But go back to April 5th, when all this is happening. Jeremy says, I don't think it's crazy to expect two other grown men to understand that my wife, who is not an online person, be left out of things. The more they push it, the more I want to be the villain they accuse me of. No offense, I have seen the things that Kino Casino say, and a lot of it's vulgar and, really edgy stuff. Again, I don't have a dog in this fight, but like I don't think they're considering the quartering to be a villain. I think they're implying the opposite, that like he's like embarrassing, right? He's like a lol cow. So if he wants to become the villain, I don't, it's like, okay. And he continues on saying, if I actually wanted to get them banned, easy. I don't want that. I want their ridicule. It's funny, and they are good at what they do. I don't think it's crazy to ask them to leave my wife out of it. Their YouTube channel is literally a walking TOS violation ran by a ban evader. Now that's the interesting part, because they're hinting, or he's hinting, that their channel is just a walking TOS violation, that at any moment they could go down. Which, you know, people could take this and try to report their channel. But this is the main part right here. And, you know, a lot of people are, I can see a couple people in the chat being like, well, some of these claims about Jeremy's personal life, you know, they're allegations or there's no proof. I don't really care. Like, that's not what I'm here to debate. I'm here to debate the fact that he is trying, or heavily implying, that he can get their channels taken down because he doesn't like what they're saying. Right? That's the main thing. And this is a guy who has defended people who have been targeted and had their channels taken down. That's the main point. And his denial that he had any involvement in these channels being taken down. That's the main thing here. Okay? So he says that it's ran by a ban evader. Okay? The person he's referring to is the co-host Andy Worski. Okay? Now, his channel was banned on YouTube for years. But as you can see right here, in August, he was unbanned. And it was 100% there. I can confirm it was there. Okay? Just the other day. Just a couple days ago. He was reinstated by YouTube. And interestingly, there was no videos. All the videos were gone. So the fact that the channel is back, there's nothing to even report. He just has basically a placeholder channel. It is back. It was unbanned. And I see people saying it was banned. He was banned, but he was unbanned about 6 months ago. And the channel was up until, I believe, a day or so ago. So just keep that in mind. Because the whole premise is that this guy was ban evading by running this clip channel on YouTube. So, of course, Andy Worski, the alleged ban evader, says, Quartering has admitted to flagging us. He is trying to get us banned on Kick for making fun of him. He claims I'm ban evading on YouTube, which I was unbanned earlier this year. The channel is run by someone else. Also, you bring up your wife daily. Shut up. So the fact is, that clip channel is in fact run by someone else. But, you know, I think there's some technicalities about how much ownership there is. Just because someone's getting paid and receiving the revenue doesn't mean they own it. But I don't really think that's a very important point. But we're still on April 5th. This is still day one here, guys. Eventually, the Quartering says, referring to Kino Casino, first will be your YouTube, which is in violation of ban evasion, even knowing that this guy was not ban evading. Easy takedown, he says. And next will be your Kick. So now he's going after another platform. I literally begged you two to be reasonable. I tried everything. You chose this. All I wanted was to let you guys dunk on me. All their fans justifying making my wife live in terror. I hope you all support them, referring to Kino Casino, financially, because it's your fault they're about to lose $100,000 a year. So basically, what's happening here is that he's saying this channel, this clip channel, is going to go down. And fans of that channel in Kino Casino will be very upset because Kino Casino is going to lose out on $100,000 a year. Interesting. Well, turns out that wouldn't hurt them. It wouldn't hurt the co-host. It would hurt someone else entirely. Because as pointed out here, the revenue from this channel was not going to the co-host. It was going to their editor. Okay?
I hope you understand that, right? Because you wanted to come after our livelihood, but what Jared doesn't understand is that he's not actually attacked our livelihood. We didn't make any money from that channel. We never took a penny from that channel. All of the money from that channel went to our editor Flaked because he has a family.
Yeah.
Because he has kids and a wife that he needs to take care of.
And he's living somewhere,
and we don't have
rent
that
and all that stuff. And people were saying, we never said this before, but people were like, oh, he has to have a raise. Ash and I did not take a penny from that monetization at all. It was all 100%
takes care of us.
Flaked.
You guys take care of us. You support us. And so we said, you know what, Flaked? You made the decision to walk away from your job. You made the decision to go full time with us. We said all of it is for you. All of it is for you. And I'm just going to be honest.
So basically, if you were following what was being said there, the quartering was implying if they lose this channel on YouTube, they're going to be financially harmed. But the only person who would have been financially harmed was the editor who was running the channel. These two were not collecting anything. And their editor was doing this as a job to support his family. So basically, that person, I guess, would be out of the revenue.
You think you felt it?
Right? So that is what people are talking about. It's just like another small aspect of this whole thing. Right? Going after channels is career. Game end. I hate how I have to say those words on YouTube, but yeah. Why are they talking like they were personally attacked? It's their channel. It's their channel. Someone else is collecting revenue, but it's their channel. Right? But anyways, the co-host here, Andy Worski, would reply to the quartering saying, first will be your YouTube, and then your kick will be next. And then, he says this, Andy Worski, my YouTube is not banned. I announced I was unbanned. Here's the link. So there is no violation at all. YouTube manually reviewed the video and put it back up, referring to the Clip Channel's video that was taken down briefly. And now you're going after Kick. Quartering is worse than the woke left. Stop drinking. So they were ban-evading. No, they were not ban-evading. I'll explain this again. What happened is you have these co-hosts, and they had a Clip Channel on YouTube. And Jeremy the Quartering was saying one of the co-hosts was ban-evading by having that channel on YouTube because his personal YouTube channel was banned. But that was not the truth. It was banned previously, but it was unbanned 8 months ago. And at this moment, on April 5th, the channel was live. This link did work, by the way. This link did work. His channel was live. He was not ban-evading. There was no channels on YouTube that were banned related to this. I just want to make that very clear. Okay? You can't... Some people some people are too employed to be following all of this, okay? The rabbit hole I went down today is already like a lot, and I know this is like the tip of the iceberg, okay? The tip of the iceberg. Peak unemployment. All right? But right now, okay? Right now, there was an attempt to get one video taken down from the Clip Channel. It was briefly down. It was re-uploaded. It was reversed. Everything's fine. The quartering continues by saying YouTube is first and then Kick's next. and everyone's channels are up. There's no ban evasion, nothing going on. And obviously, the guys at Kino Casino, they're going to farm this. They keep making more streams talking about the fact that Jeremy seems to be wanting their channels to be taken down. And it was. Eventually, this is the point now where the clip channel was taken down. This is very important to understand. The clip channel went down first. So the idea that this was because of ban evasion does not make sense, because at this moment, the co-host YouTube channel was still live, but the clip channel was banned. Okay? Just to make that clear. And we see the reason is, according to the co-host, ban evasion. But it's not their channel. I think the technicality thing with YouTube is that they own it, right? They own the channel. Just because the revenue goes to someone else, I don't know if they have their actual channel linked up to it. That's the only thing. It's complicated, but at that moment, there was no ban evasion. Okay? And at that point, right now, Andy Worski, who's the co-host, tagged YouTube and said, threatening my unbanned reviewed by human channel, channel reviewed by human, and they've been false flagged, and they did not break TOS. Okay? The clip channel belonged to Flaked. Well, if it did belong to him, that makes that even more in their favor, right? But the quartering continues, right? By saying this will be the last time he's going to address the controversy. This is on the 9th. Okay, he goes through this whole thing, saying people are having fun at his expense. He understands this is the internet, and that he shouldn't be doing these things. He should be calming down. He was crashing out. He got triggered, and he was saying things he shouldn't have said, and he deleted a bunch of tweets, and yada, yada, yada. Then you had people like Shoe on Head saying threatening to deplatform a channel is like threatening to use a nuke in the world of the internet, completely against the bro code. Every public figure is mocked and their personal lives gossiped about. I learn new lore about myself every day. Ha, I understand that entirely. But never threaten to destroy those people's lives. You need to apologize to the casino boys directly and just continue making content your fans want to see. Solid advice. The quartering says, I know, it was a moment of weakness. I never followed through. I just got in my feelings once. They brought up my wife, who is not an internet person. No excuses. Disengaging. So in the 24-hour or so period right here, he said this. This is the quartering. He sees the channel go down, get taken down, terminated, the clip channel, that he was hoping, at the very least was hoping was going to be taken down, and admitted in private and public communications he could take down if he wanted to. He then says this is the last time I'm talking about it, and then he says he's disengaging. Well, that's not going to happen, obviously. But Shu, I agree 100% with what she's saying. That is the cardinal rule. Every YouTuber knows this. The cardinal rule is to never want people to have their channels taken down. If you don't like what they're saying, that's not the result that you should go for, is to try to take them down or even wish it. But this is going to make things a lot messier. Because remember the co-host, who was the ban evader, who at this time, when the clip channel was banned, their channel was up. Well, guess what happens next? Guess what happens right after that? His channel gets banned again. See, this is why so many people were confused. His channel was banned. It was unbanned 6 months ago. And then the clip channel gets banned. And within 24 hours, his channel gets rebanned. That's why it's confusing, and that's why I understand people were confused about the ban evasion. But this happened afterwards. So that's why people are calling BS on this whole situation. Right? And you can see again, Andy Worski explaining this, tagging YouTube, and to be honest with you, looking at the reaction, at least on social media, it doesn't mean everyone, but a lot of people are on their side, believing their channel, both channels, should be reinstated. You don't have to agree with that, that's fine, but a lot of people think the underlying narrative of ban evasion doesn't make any sense from a temporal standpoint, and also a lot of people think this was exactly what Jeremy was trying to go after. Okay? And then, right at the time the two channels were banned, Jeremy goes on to Twitter and talks about having a delicious steak dinner. And then posts this. And a lot of people look at this deck of cards and they think it's a reference to Kino Casino. And a lot of people thought this was a smug way of mocking the entire situation. Okay. And again, you can see Shu again trying to tag YouTube to get these channels reinstated. She is one of many content creators, many big content creators across many different spaces trying to fix this situation. And it's just not looking good overall. But then, today, the next part, the quartering, comes in and says, if Kino Casino was wrongly banned for ban evasion, I 100% think they should be restored. I effing hate their guts, but if it's a mistake, YouTube should fix it. I have already proven beyond all doubt I didn't do it, whether they want to believe it or not. Again, please stop stating as fact I had anything to do with it. Yes, in a weak moment, I did threaten to report them, but as you can see, I never did. And he shows his internal, his interface on YouTube, showing that there's no reports being filed. But a lot of people didn't care whether or not it shows up on his end. Because as pointed out here, in private conversations, the quartering implied that he could have their kick and YouTube taken down without direct action from himself. Rather, other people could do it for him through connections or whatever. And then on top of that, he said the same thing publicly, using his connections to take out their YouTube and to take out their Kick account, right? And then you can see people who are actually trying to help him, like another Jeremy here, okay? Saying the issue is that you publicly threaten to take someone else's channel down, then you privately threatened to do it, then it actually happened a few days later. Instead of taking direct responsibility for your own actions and behavior, you continue to blame the internet. Effing hell, man. This is painful to watch. And the quartering says, the guy that reposts Kino Casino wants me to think he's here in good faith. Jeremy, you're a clown. You can see above that I did not flag them, and yet here you are saying apologize. For what exactly? So being in the most charitable way to the quartering, he was hoping their channels would go down. He was implying he had the power both privately and publicly to do so. Then it happened, and then he said, well, I had nothing to do with it, and this was all just a coincidence. That's like the most charitable version of events. The most charitable ones. Even that doesn't look good. Because at the very least, he was hoping something like this would happen. And trust me, guys, and I'm being sincere, there are a lot of people who have said incredibly unfair, slanderous, obnoxious things about me and YouTube videos. I wouldn't want their stuff taken down just because of that. It sets a really bad precedent. This is YouTube. You gotta take it sometimes. Or at least keep these things in your head instead of trying to flex your connections. Right? Yeah, I can get them banned through connections, but I didn't report them, therefore I'm innocent. That is kind of the mentality. But Flash would share this. And again, take this as you will. take this as you will. He says, talked with someone I know that has connections with YouTube and is trying to help. This is what they had to say. Just for your own peace of mind, I pinged one of our guys last night about the quartering drama. His estimation based on the back end is that the casino was taken down from a personal request because all the user reports were deemed nonsense by the automated system all week, except a privacy claim that also failed to hold up to manual review. He's on the security side, but did say this is almost certainly an off-platform point of contact, a call, a text, or email that resulted in a manual channel deletion. So take that with a grain of salt, ladies and gentlemen. Right? That is pretty much what I've seen. I know the lore goes a lot deeper than this. But, you know, and again, with like the personal stuff and the things they're making fun of him for, I'm not even here to talk about that. I'm just here to talk about the series of events involving the flagging of the channels. Right? And there's clearly a desire, and Jeremy flexing that he could do these things, and these things happen. And no matter what, it's a bad look, and that's really it. Do you really have any insight on this as a YouTuber, Rev? Well, in general, I mean, I don't have the pull. Like, I don't have a YouTube contact. It is very rare for people to have YouTube contacts. Like, I know some people who are huge who were, like, lucky to have a YouTube contact even for, like, a year, right? Just to have someone to reach out to in situations that are really, really difficult. But that's really the whole thing. Where this ends up, I don't really know. I think this is a really bad look, no matter how you do it. And also, there's back channel ways of doing this. If you have an in with YouTube, there's a lot you can do. I trust Yellow Flash and Geeks and Gamers over the quartering any day. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of people who would say that too. But yeah, that's really it, ladies and gentlemen, for the quartering situation. I'm going to basically have a more concise version of that. But we will see. We will see. But there were a few super chats in there. Let me get through some of these guys. I appreciate all that. We are behind, ladies and gentlemen. Lander with a $5 super chat, saying quartering is such a beta. I'd rather watch reruns of you and Straub any day than listen to quartering's milquetoast takes on anything. Well, you're here right now, and that is very important. Where'd your wings go? Oh, okay, the wings have returned. You guys like the wings? Okay, perfect. Perfect. There you go. Gregory with the 2 saying, only the weak blame others. Many such cases. That is good, solid advice. And then Lander with another 2 saying, quartering and Boulder Boy are the same guy. Yes, I'm learning all about that guy for sure. Okay, you've seen my recent videos, by the way, talking about Matt Jarbo. And I know there's the whole thing, the whole deep lore. Maybe we'll watch some old stuff together. Yeah. His wings are under attack by the woke left. True. Very true. I've been dismantled. They've been taken away, but I fought back, and they have returned. Then we got Roach Motel Nation with a 5 saying, my girlfriend asked me why I look at my poop before I flush it. I said, how else am I supposed to make sure it's pitch black and covered in red dots? Well, I'm glad you're taking care of your health by checking things like that out. At least you know you're healthy. Insane super chat. But at least you're looking out for your health. Very important. And then we got a 20 spot, $20 super chat from Cannonball saying, what the VTuber do? The VTuber be doing a lot of coverage today. We got a little more to go. Guys. I'm just reading the super chat. Smart though? Exactly. This person cares about their health. If those things were present, that's a health emergency. It's a bad sign. If those things were, yeah, go to a doctor. If that was the case, go to a doctor. Exactly. This is not going to turn into a medical advice channel here, but I think that's a fair recommendation. Yo, and Cream Monarch with a $5 super chat saying, as an unemployed person, what in the unemployment did I just stumble upon this stream? This was definitely some peak unemployment. And you know what? I consider myself unemployed. When you get to talk about this sort of stuff for a living, I still consider that like advanced unemployment, for sure. Absolutely. There's a lot of lore, yeah. People are learning about the lore about this stuff, myself included. And Joel with the 5 saying this incident feels like the weirdest back and forth ever. It's a very weird back and forth. I don't really know how exactly this could have ended in any sort of a neat way, but you know, that's the internet, I guess, right? Angels Lance with a 5 saying, so Jeremy is still running his standard cycle. Make a video attacking a channel, make a video defending himself, repeats. You know, I have normally the cycle of someone randomly attacking me and then me responding. So I'm kind of cutting some lanes here, right? I'm cutting some corners in my own special way. Yo, and my ear trumpet, thank you for gifting out a membership. Thank you very much for doing that and gifting the Chancinator with a membership. Congrats on that. And Joel with another 10 saying, anyways, take my money. And by the way, that puts it, we're at 14 out of 20 on the super chat goal for today. We're just 6 away from a collab stream between me and Straub, reacting to your videos that you'll be sending in. The goal goes up if it's 10 or more. That is correct. Do you believe, chat? I believe. But we also got $1 from my ear trumpet, simply saying thank you for the donation. Thank you for your donation. And then we got another 2 from Lander saying sorry for another super, but what the XP up there for? XP. I have no idea. I have no idea what we're talking about. I have no clue. No clue. This whole situation stinks like Jeremy. I asked about the lore on Twitter today, and I got some very unfortunate AI. Very unfortunate AI images related to that. Means in the YouTube chat. Oh, the little purple crown thing. Am I just crazy? Oh, the chat leaderboard. Oh, the top fans thing. Oh. Yes. I guess they have an XP system. They have an XP system, ladies and gentlemen. And guess what? We do have a winner, according to the system. And it'd be Flare. Flare's winning the system. However that works. I don't know how the XP works. More chat, more XP. Oh, okay. All right, then. Yo, in my ear trumpet with the 5 saying, chat, do not take medical or legal advice from VTubers. Absolutely not. Guys, have you seen some of the medical advice from VTubers? Also, have you seen the legal advice? I know, and Straub can back me up. I have seen a disturbing amount of VTubers and some content creators generally who don't pay their taxes. They believe that legally they don't have to pay taxes because they're a content creator. They don't think their job actually counts. They think that tips and subs and stuff like that is not taxable. That's terrifying. These people, and I'm not just talking about like, you know, someone who's making a little bit here and there. I'm talking about people, some people who are making like a full-fledged living. And they're gonna be in some trouble. Okay, there's gonna be some trouble. The IRS is going to be kicking down their door in a very in many different ways. Okay, that's terrifying. Right? They think because they don't get a W-2, they're in the clear. Exactly. They actually believe that. Rev, do your videos have the hype option? They do not. I think, is it like 300 or 400K subs on YouTube? I guess my alt channel has the hype feature. I have to turn it on. I guess you could hype up videos on the alt channel. I gotta make sure to turn that on. Yo, and the last thing, and then we'll get into the next thing to talk about today. And that is another Giga Revling membership from Cobra. Thank you very much for the Giga Revling membership. I appreciate that very much. Yo, and Lander with another 5 saying, I fear nothing and no one, but looks over at the IRS. That guy, he scares me. There's a reason why even the world's toughest criminals, especially mobsters, they fear the IRS more than anything else. They feared it more than federal law enforcement. They feared the IRS more than anything else. Yo, and Oliver, thank you for the 5 saying, Rev, you seem more financially responsible than I am, so I'm gonna leave this with you. Guys, if you don't feel financially responsible, just, you know what, I'll take care of it for you. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm here for you. I got you. I got you. Thank you very much for the 5, Oliver. I appreciate that. That's how they got Al Capone. That's right. It was the IRS that did him in. And the Joker. The Joker was terrified. Absolutely. Okay. So we got to talk about some more stuff. I don't want this to drag on too long of a stream. Oh, geez, not this clip. I'm like remembering some of the things I brought up here. Oh, boy. That's a scary one. That's a real scary one. Okay. Okay, I will do this next. Give me 1 second to reload some pages because it's being annoying. Yep. There's that. There's that. There's that. There's also that. And then I guess there's also this. Don't play out loud. You're annoying me. There you go. And then finally, there's that. Sorry. My computer has a very bad habit of just like refreshing tabs if I leave them up for too long without using them. Very annoying stuff. Very annoying stuff. Okay. Also, last one. Last one here. Yo, Osmosis, thank you for the $2 saying free Asmon and Powder. Is Powder still banned? I'm not sure if Powder's still banned, but Asmongold is unbanned as of today. They ended the timeout a little bit early, actually. So that's good news, I guess. Still not a great situation. That's right. Okay, so we're going to switch over here. Let's talk about some more things. Not this. We already talked about that. Hello. This right here. Alrighty, Roo. Have you seen this guy before? Have you heard about this guy before right here? This Hero Hey individual? Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? Hold on, let me turn on a light here, and then we're gonna talk about this. Mr. Hero Hay's in trouble. Also, guys, 14 out of 20 on the super chat goal for today. 6 away from a collab stream with Straub reacting to your videos. I believe, chat. I believe. Oh, okay. That's a wild Twitter bio. It is a very funny Twitter bio. He likes black coffee. I'm drinking black coffee, by the way. Hero Hayes is one of those people. He's been around for I guess with commentary longer than I've been around. The far right femboy. He's actually a very extreme individual, according to what he likes to say, the Twitter cops. That's a good phrase. Yo, my man Luke coming in hot with a $10 super chat saying we got 15 minutes, people. Make that goal. Actually, we do have 15 minutes. There is a cap. There's only 15 minutes. We need 5 more super chats of 10 plus and we get the collab, guys. I'm not saying there's a sense of urgency here, but there may be. There may be a frightening amount of urgency. I believe black coffee is the only coffee. That's the only coffee I drink. It's literally the only coffee I drink. 100%. But just keep that in mind, guys. If you want that collaboration, we are very close. But I'm going to get into this right here. I'm going to get into this topic right here. So it looks like see, it's happening already. We're moving and a grooving. We're moving and a grooving, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so I wanted to quickly talk about a situation involving Hero Hey. Hero Hey is someone we have been, well, familiar with for a long time. I'm sure we have a very big overlap in audience, by the way. A lot of people who watch my content watch his content and vice versa. He's unfortunately being targeted yet again in a situation that is completely unfair. He has received a community guidelines violation and had a recent video taken down. A video that was doing really well, by the way, and wouldn't be the first time for him. But ironically enough, I was going to react to this video yesterday, live on stream. I had the tab open, I was ready to go, and I just ran out of time. And I come back today, and it's gone. It's gone because it has been removed. Now, what was the subject of this video? Well, to make it very simple, and I guess to protect myself, it was about a situation involving a streamer named Cena, who's receiving backlash for defending and associating with her roommate named Bonnie. Now, people are making these claims based on a relevant clip that she might have been messing around with a 16-year-old, but the big debate becomes, how old was she when this happened? And it's becoming very confusing. And in my coverage here, I'm not going to jump into any conclusions, but people were going crazy with this. They were going absolutely crazy with this, making assumptions, claiming she needs to go to jail, all these things, okay? And the one point that was being made, and I think that was the main point of Hero Hayes' video as well, is that imagine if this scenario was a man. People would be going absolutely nuts, right? And I look at the community notes that are suggested. Some are saying that it's misleading. The tweet is misleading, saying she was 30 when this happened, but in reality she was 18 and the person was 16. But then there's other notes saying that that 2-year gap is not generally considered something illegal. But then some people are saying in California, that would be technically a misdemeanor if that was the sort of dynamic. I am not sure. This is really, really sloppy. And also the people saying like, what was the phrase they used here? Admitting to cracking. How about you guys crack a Bible? Because I'm getting really tired of these headlines. They're absolutely exhausting. And the age of consent in California is 18. And people are like, well, was she in California when this happened? It's an absolute mess. But nevertheless, the coverage by Hero Hay was taken down for violating YouTube's community guidelines. And I thought we would sit here and react to his video going over it because he explains what happened and what he has to do moving forward. And I like to kind of share the insights of what we deal with in situations like this, okay?
So yesterday I released a video talking about the Senna Bonnie situation, and it was all going great. In like 12 hours, the video had over 130,000 views, was being very well received, probably on track to hit over 200K today, except this morning I take a look at the YouTube dashboard and I see red at the very top, and you know, that's never a good sign. You see red at the very top, and sure.
When you see red, when you open your dashboard on YouTube, your heart just sinks. It just sinks into your chest. Can you turn up? Unfortunately, this is as loud as it's going. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, when you see red on your dashboard, you're in trouble. You know you're cooked because it means something bad's happening. You got a strike, something like that.
Sure enough, it says, yeah, your video, we removed it. And now you have a warning as well. Happy Saturday, by the way. All the video really was very vaguely talking about the situation. You know, I was careful with how I phrased everything. I include redactions. And then most of the video was spent on the discourse that was occurring because a lot of people began to debate on social media double standards. People arguing that if a man did the same thing, he would face greater repercussions than Bonnie is. Some great creators here on YouTube also covered the same topic, and it seems like their videos are still up, and they actually included less redactions than I did in mine. And, you know, I'm grateful that their videos are up. I don't want them to have any trouble, any problems with this.
And to clarify, I did see videos from other content creators talking about the same exact subject, sharing the same clip in full with like no censorship, and they're still up right now with hundreds of thousands of views. I'm not trying to snitch on those people. I think their videos should be allowed to be up. But a lot of people are pointing out the hypocrisy that people are giving so many excuses for this and trying every way to defend her when the narrative is messy. But if it was a man who did this to a woman, I think there'd be a very different reaction on social media.
It just makes me wonder again, like, what the frick happened to my video then? Maybe it's like Russian roulette. It's like, maybe the algorithm will flag your video, maybe not. Maybe the Anissa joke I made at the start was too far. Maybe that's it. That's a joke too. I highly doubt that was the problem. It was a very vague joke. Now, here's the good news, the disturbing news, and the bad news. Good news is there's no strike on my channel, just a little warning that's also temporary. The bad news is, of course, the video is still taken down. And
so, for those who don't know, they did something that I always wished for, okay? Always wished for. YouTube has a 3-strike policy, right? You get 3 strikes on your channel, you are potentially terminated. But each strike fades away after 90 days. So if you have no more strikes, everything's fine. After 90 days, it goes away. And I always wish there was a warning system, like give someone a break if they're in good standing. But eventually they did add that. So if you've been on good behavior for a while, they just give you a warning and you have to like fill out a little like survey. They ask you like these really weird questions that are like kind of deranged, but that is a good improvement, but it kind of sucks in this scenario because I have no idea why his video was removed. And of course, it was a well-performing video. That's what happens. Every time this happens, it's always a video that's popping off. I can speak from personal experience, guys.
And I sent in an appeal that was denied essentially instantly. I say essentially instantly because here's what went down. Here's how it went down. Say you can get the warning removed if you take their training course, which is like 7 questions. So I sent in the appeal, then I went to do this little training course. The 7 questions was finished within minutes. It's very easy, you know, got 100% on this test, which is
well done.
What it is. The disturbing part is the test involves these hypothetical situations that they ask you about. And some of these freaking situations are so extreme and graphic. I'm like, bro, this is disgusting. This is way more.
The questions they ask are crazy. They're crazy. They're like, they'll ask you a question. It's like, oh, you violated the TOS involving cyberbullying and harassment, which happened to me with the EDP situation where I covered one of the times he got caught in a sting operation. I got a cyberbullying strike, and I had to do this little course, and they're like asking you, like, how do you respond to this situation? Yes, it's a re-education camp. That's a good way of phrasing it. And they're giving you scenarios, and they're like, well, what would happen if you saw someone being like brutally like game ended? And how would you cover that footage? Would you play it uncensored and then like go into zoom ins and like start giving graphic details to your audience? And it's like, what? It's like, what are you talking about? Like they go into like the craziest scenarios that are 10 times more graphic than anything they're forcing you to take down.
More graphic than anything that was in my video.
Yeah.
Now I have to read this to get the warning removed? Like, are you serious right now? So not how I wanted to spend my Saturday morning. Nevertheless, I completed the thing 100%, and the warning will be removed soon enough. But by the time I finished that within minutes, I went back to see the appeal, and it was denied. Which means it was denied within like seconds instantly or within a handful of minutes. Either way, this is like arguably, you know, instant. And I highly doubt a real person had this sent over as like a massive priority, like skipped everyone else that's trying to get an appeal, that they saw the video, saw the context, and like came to an assessment. What I'm getting at is it seems like an AI is actually what handled this appeal. Guess I'll do that thing where you go
100% AI, by the way. It's 100% AI. So when you submit an appeal, when you get a strike or a warning or anything, you will get an answer back within 5 minutes, guaranteed. I've had times where I got an answer back in 1 minute. It's obviously AI. In fact, I had a situation where the flagged section of my video was a longer duration than it took for them to review it. And they tell you it's a human reviewer who did it. They don't just say, we denied your appeal. They say a human reviewer has denied your appeal. And it's just so ridiculous, the stuff that gets flagged. It's so frustrating. And like, even like, you know, like he has a warning now, right? He can still keep uploading, but it's still annoying. You don't want to have anything on your account, including warnings.
Go to Team YouTube and see what happens. Roll roulette here once again. Maybe it'll get fixed, maybe not. If you want to give the tweet a like, I would appreciate it. I'll link it in the...
Yeah, so he's doing what I've had to do many times in the past that has actually worked. He has gone to YouTube. As you can see, I'm doing my part. Got to help out the fellow content creators. He has a post tagging Team YouTube, who, as of getting ready for the stream, seems like they're looking into it further. This is the sad reality of YouTube, where the only way that you get any sort of response is to go to Twitter and raise enough of a stink that eventually they will respond. And sometimes you got to do it multiple times, and eventually it works out. It's actually crazy that this is how content creators have to do this. And you know what? Like, we're not some gigantic set of content creators. Like me and Hero Hey, he has like 600K, I have 700K. Like, we're not like, you know, we're not sitting here with like 10 million. But I think people like us should have something at YouTube, like some connection to deal with blatantly obvious problems like this, where it should be fixed. But if you guys are familiar with Hero Hey and you know his Twitter and you got Twitter, go ahead, head over, retweet it, show some support. because it can work. This is the only way it works. You can't go through the usual systems on YouTube. This is the best way. And hopefully he gets this fixed, gets his video back, and gets the warning removed as well. Nobody wants warnings. That stuff is annoying. And yeah. But ladies and gentlemen, we did it! The goal has been met! The goal has been met in the final moments of the stream. I didn't even realize I put a time cap on it, but here we got Lander with the $10 super chat saying, I'm spending too much on my tax returns today, but you and Straub are adorable together, so I want to help, so I do a yellow chat. Well, that's very, very kind of you. I appreciate that very much. And Joel with the 10 as well, saying, I just want the collab, to be honest. Then Tan with the 10, simply saying, bleh. Thank you very much for that. And Gold Warrior with the 10 as well, saying, Straub says Desu. There, someone was asking, do you say Desu? We say Desu on the stream, so there you go, buddy. You got your Desu. Congratulations. And then Attackedmon with the 1,000 yen right there, saying, thank you for your donation. Well, thank you for your donation. Once again, I appreciate it. And Raikou with the $10 donation as well, saying, Goku Spirit Bomb moments. That's what it felt like when we crossed the finish line right there. And Gold Warrior with another 2 saying, watching Rev at the 3rd day concert, multitasking. That sounds like a great time. Good for you. That is multitasking. But thank you guys so much. We have achieved the super chat goal for today. That is some great news. Very happy to see that. Thank you so much. That means we're going to have a collaboration between me and Straub. We're going to let you guys send in some videos for us to react to. We'll do it through Straub's Discord, I would imagine. I will probably coordinate this. Oh, here she comes. She'll probably explain it better than me.
Explain what?
How we're going to do the reacts. Or they're going to send videos.
You can send them in my Discord. There is a channel for like reaction suggestions, and I would just say like in the description put that it's for the Rev and Straub collab.
Yeah.
But you can drop any videos in there that you want.
Yeah. Okay. And we'll set that up next stream, and then we'll let people send in stuff. We'll give you guys a couple.
Well, actually, go ahead and send it in now. It's already set up.
What do you mean? Oh, it's set up in the
Like
Discord already?
in my Discord. It's already a channel.
Does someone have a link to the Discord? Because I'm not logged
It's
in.
discord.gg/darlingstraub. Hold on, I have my phone.
She's going to send a link.
Hold on.
She's going to send a link to her Discord where you can send in your clips that we will react to together. Oh,
Yeah.
she's playing my stream.
Discord.
Please include guidelines for the reaction video content. We'll sift through them to
I would just
to
say
make
make sure that it's appropriate for stream. If
just
if
TOS.
it's something that he would, look at
Get
on
bonked.
stream, then send it in.
Yeah, nothing they'll get me bonked. That's all.
If it's something that he
Simple
wouldn't
as.
look
There's
at,
there's the Discord, ladies and gentlemen.
there you go.
Okie dokie.
I don't
And-
know if that was actually a link. Hold on.
That was not a link.
I'm trying my best.
She's trying her best, chat.
I mean, they could still join, but
Yes.
I think that's a link.
There we go. That's a link, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. Go there, send in your clips. Take your time. We're probably going to do this like in a week, I'd say, or
Yeah,
so.
I'd say like next week.
So no pressure.
This coming week.
But thank you guys so much for hanging out today. Thank you for all the new members, all the super chats, and thank you most importantly for just hanging out with me today. New video will be live in a couple minutes. Hope you guys enjoy and have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, and nights.
Peace.
No, the next is God bless. And I'll see you guys next time, and